Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into Pixel Rich Games, where we strive and make it super hard, super fun. This episode is unique and different from the rest we have so far, because all we're gonna do now is look at all the remote bombs out there. Credits to my boy Famous Place, he's the one who gave me the idea to make this video. Well, kinda. Before we get into it, smash that subscribe button if you haven't yet and help this channel reach more Age of Calamity players out there. So, remote bomb. Sounds so simple and very straightforward, right? But let me tell you, after doing this video, I'll never see remote bomb like I did ever again. So I was able to look at all the remote bombs, and aside from the animation, there are actually very distinct differences between them, like in application. But the goal of this video is not to look at whose remote bomb is the best in terms of damage, but more on which champion can use their remote bomb to get damage immunity. Yeah, that's right. I know most of you, if not all, already know this with Link, but he has a very huge difference among the rest. But talking about Link, let's start with Link, okay? As we see here, Link's remote bomb is actually one of the easiest to use in terms of avoiding damage, okay? So, there we go. It's that simple. Okay, now time for Slate Zelda. Now, this one's crazy, right? Because this is so different and unique. This is actually the best in my opinion, because it probably is. Because you can control your remote bomb and go anywhere you want to, basically. Okay, for Bo Zelda this time, it's still pretty good. The damage immunity time is still very long, but definitely not as good as Slate Zelda. Okay, Cycle Zelda. Cycle Zelda is my favorite among the three, but in terms of damage immunity during remote bomb animation, this one's the worst. The time for damage immunity during her remote bomb animation is just too short. It's very hard to use to avoid damage. Next up is IMPA. To be honest with you guys, IMPA's remote bomb is one of my least favorite during combat. But after testing this, I think I changed my mind. Her damage immunity duration is pretty significant, and she doesn't stop the time, so that's pretty cool because we get to avoid all the damage. Next is Princess MIPHA. Hers is pretty okay too. The only problem I see here is there's actually a moment after the animation that she's stuck in place, and because of that, things could get dicey. Derek's remote bomb is actually pretty good. It has good damage immunity duration, and basically you're safe. That's it. Okay, REVALI. REVALI's remote bomb is pretty similar to MIPHA's, that it's pretty good, but at the end of it, you're stuck in place and you might get hit because of that. Okay, Urbosa. I would say Urbosa's remote bomb is a bit worse than REVALI's or MIPHA's, just because you're hanging in the air, and once you're done with the animation and you're about to fall, the damage immunity period is already up. Now for my Broccoli. Again, this one's a bit worse than Urbosa now. Because the problem with Hesti's remote bomb is there's a period in it that it slows things down and then it goes. So it messes up my timing. Okay, my Wingman Sidon. This one's also pretty good. Probably the same level as Link's. He also has a long remote bomb animation, and it's pretty good. You're immune to damage the whole time, and because of that, it's easier not to end up in a weird situation. Next is our bro, bro. This one I'm kinda sad about because unfortunately, his remote bomb is a bit too unpredictable, I would say. Sometimes it's good, a lot of times you get hit. I'm guessing there's also something to do with his big hitbox. Next is TEBA. This one, I wouldn't recommend using his remote bomb for this purpose. He stops time when he goes up in the air, and then time resumes when he goes back down. Long story short, you can't avoid the damage that was already set up in the first place. Okay, Riju. Riju's remote bomb works exactly like Urbosa's. Not so bad, but not that good. Now for my favorite, Master Koga. This one's so disappointing. Cause his remote bomb in terms of avoiding damage absolutely sucks. Okay, don't use that for this purpose. Next up is King RHOAM. This one I'd say is pretty much in the same level as MIPHA's too. It's good, but it's hard to avoid damage after the animation. Next up, the Great Fairies, and theirs is just as bad as Master Koga's. It also stops time, so after that, time resumes like nothing happened. But when you're on the Great Fairies, Remote Bomb isn't really used much, especially when you already got Gotera in play. Okay, Monk Maz. Monk Maz is another version of MIPHA's Remote Bomb for the purpose of this video. Terraco. This Egg's Remote Bomb is pretty good. Not as good as Link's or Sidon's, but probably next level to it. Now Calamity Ganon. We already know that he has a very similar remote bomb animation with Cycle Zelda, and it comes with the same weakness. They both suck for this purpose. Battle Tested Guardian. This one I would say is very similar to Terraco. What's good about it is you can actually rotate your head throughout the animation like 360 degrees, so you can watch and counter your enemies. Whew, finally done with the list. I hope this video helps you look at underwhelming characters in a different light, cause that's what it did for me. Now I actually think Derek's more viable. Alright, thanks again for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you like what you saw. If not, just do me a favor by liking the video all the same. Hit that bell to get notified whenever I have new content out. See you on my next vid, guys. Stay healthy, keep safe, and God bless us all.